All right, let's cut through all the financial noise out there. Today, we are going to build a simple, really powerful plan for your money. Seriously, no complex jargon, just a clear, actionable way for you to take back control.
You know that feeling, right? The paycheck hits your account, the bills immediately fly out, and whatever's left over, it just seems to vanish into thin air. It is so frustrating, and it can really feel like you're just spinning your wheels.
Well, here's the good news. You are definitely not alone in feeling that way. And there is a straightforward path to getting some clarity and control. We're going to build that path together, step by step, starting right now. So, our first stop is all about creating a blueprint for your finances. Because honestly, if you don't know where your money is actually going, how can you tell it where you want it to go? This is all about getting total clarity. Now, the heart of this blueprint is something people call a budget, but I really prefer the term spending plan. It's not about feeling restricted, it's a tool to help you see what's happening. It's just a simple look at what comes in versus what goes out. That's it. So, how do you actually build one? It's a pretty simple three-step process. First, for just 1 month, you track everything. And I mean everything, every coffee, every bus ticket. Then you group all of that spending into categories. And finally, you get to create your plan, where you consciously decide where your money is going to go next month. And you can see here, these categories are not complicated. We're just talking about the big buckets: housing, food, transportation. The goal isn't to get bogged down tracking every paperclip. It's about seeing the big picture of your spending habits. Okay, so once you have your blueprint, it is time to build the engine. This is where the real magic happens, and it is all about putting your savings on complete autopilot. This right here, this is probably the single most important principle for building wealth. You hear it from financial experts all over the world. You have to treat your savings like it's a bill. In fact, like it's the most important bill you have. It gets paid before anything else, no exceptions. And this slide just perfectly illustrates that shift in thinking. See, most people try to save what's left over after they're done spending. The truly effective way is to spend what's left over after you're done saving. You just set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your savings on payday. The money is gone before you even see it, so you don't even miss it. And if you think a little bit doesn't make a difference, just look at this. Automatically saving just $100 every couple of weeks could grow to almost $500,000 over a career. That is the incredible power of consistency and compound growth, just working quietly for you in the background. All right, your savings engine is up and running. Now we need to find more fuel for it, and we're going to do that by plugging some of the small, almost invisible leaks in your spending. These are the quick wins. That daily $5 coffee, that's over $1,000 a year right there. That gym membership you swear you're going to use but never do, time to cancel it. Each one of these might seem small, but believe me, together, they can free up hundreds of dollars a month without you feeling like you've changed your lifestyle at all. And here is a huge one that people often overlook: your commute. The data shows that the average car owner is spending around $9,000 a year. When you add up the gas, insurance, maintenance, maybe a car payment, it's just a massive expense. Rethinking how you get to work could be the biggest leak you can possibly plug. So we have our plan. We've automated our savings, and we've plugged the leaks. Now we have to play a little defense, because it's not just about what you make, it's about what you get to keep. The math here is so important. Trying to invest your money to get maybe a 7% return while you're paying 20% interest on a credit card, that's like trying to run up a down escalator. You're losing ground every single second. Paying off that high interest debt gives you a guaranteed return. That's why it has to be your number one priority. Now, this is a really critical question you need to ask yourself. The financial advice you get can either build your wealth or it can build someone else's. And it is absolutely vital that you understand the difference. You've got to watch out for these wealth-eroding traps. High fees, they are a silent killer. A 2% fee can eat up a third of your potential growth over your lifetime. Be really careful with advice that comes with a sales commission. And a good rule of thumb is, if a product seems way too complex to understand, it's probably designed to benefit the seller more than you. Okay, we're at the final piece of the puzzle: planning for the long haul. With our defenses up, now we can focus on building real, long-term wealth using the powerful tools we have available. First up is the TFSA. I want you to think of this as your own personal tax haven, but a completely legal one that the government actually created for you. Any money you make inside this account, whether it's from interest or investments, is 100% yours to keep, completely tax-free for life. It is an incredibly powerful tool for every single Canadian.
And then, of course, you have its cousin, the RRSP. This one works a little bit differently. With an RRSP, you get a tax break today for contributing, and your money grows without being taxed until you eventually take it out in retirement, when your income is likely going to be lower.
So what's the game plan? It really is this simple. First, you build your safety net. That's your emergency fund. Second, you take any free money your employer is offering through pension matching. Third, you automate regular contributions into your TFSA or RRSP. And last, you just check in on your plan once a year to make sure it still makes sense for your life. And look, just remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. You don't have to be perfect, and you definitely don't need to become a millionaire overnight. The real power is in just getting started, staying consistent, and having a simple plan to guide you along the way. We have covered the blueprint, the engine, and the long-term game plan. All that knowledge is now yours. So really, the only question left is this: what's the one small change you're going to make today to put this plan into motion?